Hello everyone and happy Thursday. Oh my goodness. It is Thursday, my guy. I don't know why I said it like that, but today we're finally getting back into the art grind today. I'm just going to be working on some projects today. Nothing really too big, nothing really too small. You also might notice that we are in the just chatting instead of the art. There's a reason. I think that a lot of people do not agree with the new art category, so I can understand that. So I'm gonna yap more probably today than anything. So I feel like just chatting just fits so much better. I also am gonna be honest at this point, doing art streams is just literally just chatting, but you're a little bit distracted as well because you're working on something, right? So there is that as well that I feel. So yeah. But without any further ado, we're gonna just like hop right into it because I just want to do a lot of stuff. I don't know how long we're gonna go for, because I don't really feel that good today. If people understand this, it's that time of the month. It's my second day. For people that want to track that, I guess now you know. I will say though that okay, apparently, I don't know why this is. There are people that track VTubers' time of the month. Especially female VTubers, you know? Well, we're the only ones that get it. So, I mean, unless you have a male model and you're a girl, but so I will say this much, sometimes my periods are very infrequent. It depends on how stressed I am that month. Also depends on just like many other things. I actually, sometimes if I get too stressed, I don't have my period at all. It just like skips that month. But I do get it the next month. So it's like really weird. And it is not like infrequent on purpose. Jose's alive! Oh my gosh! He's alive, everybody! I like how he came in right on me talking about my periods.
Oh yes, Daddy!
Don't oh yes, Daddy me. Oh. I said I don't know how long I'm gonna be going for today because it's that time of the month. For free? Yeah. Jose, have you heard about the people tracking VTubers? People that track VTubers cycles, and I was saying how it's going to be very hard to track my cycle because sometimes if I get really stressed, you actually are going to be wrong. Okay, every time that I get stressed and it doesn't come, it resets my cycle. Like, then it's like up in the air of when it's ever gonna come. Matt, hi. This is awkward.
A devotee is checking in. To ensure check-in is complete, please give me your credit card.
Yes, thank you for the check-ins. Always make sure to give George your credit card. So yeah, that's I guess that's what you're coming in on. I just started and we're already talking about this stuff. It's normal bodily functions, okay? Trying to... Oh my gosh. My face is disconnecting because my mic is here, so I'm gonna probably have to angle this a weird way so it doesn't... So you can still hear me, but so it's not getting in the way of my tracking. I wish I could make enough or have enough hours to give it to him. Oh my gosh. No. Don't give George your money. Oh my gosh. Or someone just drops a bunch of gift subs. It's like, no, that's not what we mean by giving George your money. Oh my gosh. So yeah. But anyways, we're gonna kind of hop into drawing today. I'm just working on some projects, on like some other art stuff. I'm only working 12 hours this week. You're only working 12 hours, bro? To me, that sounds like a dream. I wish I could only work 12 hours on stuff, I'm gonna be honest. Oh my gosh, that reminds me of a tweet. Okay. So I tweeted out saying how, you know what, it'll normally be, but another, I see. That makes sense. Wait, Matt, are you a truck driver? What? I know what some people do. We have a firefighter. We have a person that works in a casino. That's Jose. And then are you a truck driver? Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute. Of course it's a fucking Ford. Of course it's a Ford. We all know what Fords are. I worked in meat market. Oh, interesting. Well, now we have a guy that works with meat. I have a meat guy. I now have a meat guy.
They asked Dad if he likes the waters. He said his favorite sea is the Pooh Sea.
No, George. No, that was bad. I touch other people's meat. It's fine. See, now I have a meat guy. Hooray! Yippee! Yippee to me! That I don't know why that makes me so happy. Sometimes it's difficult. I have to slap it. Oh my gosh! Yeah, you just gotta give a little slap here and there. You know, you gotta make sure that goes well. My meat is available to be touched. Jose, I can touch your meat any day. That's what I'm here for. He's locked in the basement, so I can always touch his meat whenever I want to. Just slide on down there, give it a little tickle. Oh my gosh. I got paid to rub other people. Okay, now we're talking. I feel like we need to clarify. We're talking about like pork and beef. Talking about other. Don't worry. I use protection. Oh my god, I'm fucking dying already. We haven't even started. Well, no, we have. To anyone that's on YouTube, you should come watch this stuff live. Hurry up and get over here then. Bruh, bet. I'll just teleport over in a second. Don't worry about it. What my dog doing? What my dog doing? My dog's just like sitting. What? Okay, she's gonna lay down there on the floor. I was like, what is she doing under my desk? She's just sitting there. Just sitting there staring up at her bed. And I'm like, oh, what are you doing? What the dog doing? What the dog doing? I gotta post more pictures of her. I gotta make it what the dog doing. Hold on, chat. Art will be right back. Art will be back after she understands what the dog doing. You always gotta wonder what the dog doing. What that dog doing? Oh my gosh. I don't know why, but recently I found out I'm starting to accidentally laugh like Iron Mouse. I've been watching way too many of her clips. I'm accidentally copying her laugh. I do that. I copy other people's laughs, especially when I find them absolutely hilarious. I'm starting to copy her laugh a little bit. Not completely. It's still my own laugh. But it's just like, because she goes like, or something like that. And I don't know why, but I'm starting to copy that. I hate it. I'm like, stop it! All I hear is Iron Mouse and I don't want that. Again, it's not a purposeful thing. It's like when I hear people's laughs, I just sometimes copy them, and not a mimicking way, like to be mean, but just because I find them so funny, and then I end up adopting them. Honestly, I think I have my seagull laugh just because I find seagull laughing hilarious. Like, when other people do it, I find it hilarious, and now I have it. Every once in a while, I do a snort laugh. I do a snort laugh. If you really get me laughing, oh my gosh, I start snorting. It's hilarious. Sometimes I feel embarrassed, but you know what? I'm like, you know what? It's pretty funny. I have a different way to say what I do for work, but I don't think it's safe for Twitch. Yeah. I think we're going on borderline here, Matt, with you explaining what you do for work. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we probably need to tone it down a little bit. I'll send it in Discord. Oh my gosh. I will say, if you really get me laughing, you'll get my asthma up, and then I'll just start coughing. Don't worry, I'm completely fine. It's just like sometimes it gets my asthma up. That's why I find it very hard to exercise a lot of times, because I have asthma. Yeah, your girl got asthma. I've had asthma since I was a child. That's why I find it very hard to run and do exercises and stuff. Because I
Mom chokes on other things besides meat.
Yeah, I choke on air because I exercise too much. I've choked on my own spit before, multiple times. Because I have a hard time swallowing. Okay. Not in that way. It's just like, when I swallow, my body just forgets that when I'm swallowing something, that it needs to go into my stomach and not into my goddamn lungs. And it's like, no, it's going in the lungs, whether you like it or not. And then I have to cough and cough and cough. And I go into a coughing fit, and most of my coughing fits has been really, really bad. So you'll just hear me hackling, like hacking. It sounds like I'm dying. Like, it sounds like a death cough. And everyone's like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm fine. My body just decided to choke me with my own spit because it decided to let my spit go into my lungs instead of in my stomach. So that's what normally happens. I just read what you said, Matt. Yeah, I don't think that you can say that on I don't think you can say that on Twitch. I'm gonna be genuinely, I don't think you can say that. Yeah, so it's good you didn't. Anyways, I'm gonna move over. Me either, yeah. Let's do some art. Let's do some art today. You might be wondering why we're so close up on this picture. Don't worry about it. It's a work in progress. I have been working on this project for like maybe about a year now, and I haven't done much with it. I'm so sorry. But I'll show it to you guys in a second. Hold on. Let me get my drawing pen out. Yeah, I have a drawing. I have a little tablet for us. Yippee. Yippee. Oh, by the way, I didn't realize this, but I was editing, um, I was editing, some, okay, I've been editing the debut VOD, and I noticed something. You guys don't hear the background music. Do you guys hear the background music when I'm on my chatting? Or no? I'm being serious, because I realized that there was something wrong with it. We hear it in the chatting, not here. This one's a different source. Okay, I need to ask another question. Can you hear when you guys throw things at me? Sometimes Matt. Cause I don't know. Can you guys hear that? We hear it now? Oh, okay. So you guys weren't able to hear it beforehand. Okay. I just want to check because I was editing it and I realized, I was like, wait a minute. Have you guys not been able to hear the throwing sounds at all? Because I could hear them. So that's why I didn't know if it wasn't, I didn't know if it was coming through or not until I started checking through it. So I did fix that. I figured out what it was. It wasn't in the right channel, the right video channel, like, you know, audio channels. It apparently wasn't on the VOD or recording or streaming channel.
Welcome, Raiders.
Oh my goodness.
I am George the Frog, the real streamer, and this is Art, my lovely co-host. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the chaos.
Hello, Raiders. Oh my goodness. Yeah. The water will turn the frogs gay. You gotta always remember that. Hey, yo, what you drawing? I am drawing. We just started. I am drawing a D&D party, which is my D&D party. I've been working on this for a year. Oh my gosh, Jose, thank you. I thought that little model was so great. I love it. But thank you for the raid. Thank you for the raid, Gris. Hello, Raiders. I am our creates your oh my gosh, I was gonna say Stardew. Your goddess of chaos, here to make sure that I will teach you all the ways of chaos. But we also do a bunch of art. We yap. I'm a big yapper. And we also do a variety of games, mostly cozy games. And of course, the occasional big cozy game, Monster Hunter. So what were you doing? Heroes? Oh my gosh, hold on. I have like a little thing up, so it's very hard to see.
Hand over the credit cards. This is a George up.
No, they don't need to hand over the credit cards, George. You were playing Heroes of Storm. How was Heroes of Storm? How was your stream? Thank you for entrusting me.
All my Lubin food won't buy itself.
Oh my gosh. Ignore the frog. The frog says many things. Oh. You came in just at this time. But if you do know...
We were talking about touching meats earlier.
Yeah. Went well enough. Had some issues with VTube Studio for some reason, but just had to change the capture for whatever reason. Ah, wait. VTube? Gris, do you have a VTuber model now? I was not aware of this. Congratulations! Welcome to the 2D realm, man! I was not informed of this, and I should have
Offer your reference sheet for sacrifice.
Oh my... If you do have a reference sheet, maybe I'll draw you. I want to draw more of my friends anyways, and other people. Thanks, and made by ribbons. I spent a good while. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes. That's why I always want to make my own VTuber model too. Cause I'm like, I don't think that anybody would have even attempted to draw my model the way I wanted to. Yeah, I'm glad that you spent a good time looking. Cause I think yeah, a lot of people do fall into making like always the pretty boys. But yeah, we need more orcs. We need more variety. I feel like there are some people that, you know, hey, what? Look, we need more variety of male VTubers. I feel like I have seen way too many twinks or buff pretty boys, okay?
Orcs. Smash.
I'll smash other orcs. Gris is a friend. But yeah, VTube Studios sometimes is weird. Gris, do you know that you can open up VTube Studio without opening up Steam? There's literally, if you go into the Steam and you say open in folders. Yeah. That's how I run my VTube. So what I do is I go into Steam.
Did you know you can smell water and breathe air?
Yes, you can do that, George. Wow, it's such insight for the Grand Frog. Just pretty much always have Steam open. Yeah, I mean that's fair. If you go into the Steam page, you know how there's like, oh, hold on, I gotta open up Steam.
Realize.
Oh my gosh. I think art. What do you mean? What do you mean? I have no idea what's happening. Yeah, but if you go into VTube, oh my gosh, where's my VTube? It's down here somewhere. Here we go. If you go into VTube and the gear settings that says manage, like on your library, you can literally go manage. You click on the little gear, you click manage, and you say browse local files, and in that local files folder should be start without Steam. Even if you have Steam always running, like I do, but I just still open it without Steam. I only open it with Steam if I'm gonna be like having other people's models, because I got the DLC and stuff like that, and I'm able to like use it for that kind of stuff. Just send it to private on Steam so it doesn't show I'm playing it and such. Oh, I mean, you could do that. It's just more of like if you don't want like the Wi-Fi connections to be running in the background. You know, that's it doesn't use as much juice.
Running it without Steam saves processing power because you don't run it through Steam.
Precisely. So if you have, like, you know, I had my laptop eventually was starting to get to a potato, so that's why I had to run it that way. And you still run it, it still runs very, very smoothly. I've had no problems very much with VTube since running it without Steam. I feel like I have more problems when I was running it with Steam. Anyways, back to doing art. I've been working on this project for a while, which is my D&D party. We'll give it a try if I start having issues. Yeah. It also makes it so you don't rank up a bunch of hours. So it says, you know how like everyone's saying, hey, how many hours do you got in there? And I'm like, I run it without Steam. So the hours are inaccurate. So yeah. So whenever I see that at the end of the year, I always just go, mine are inaccurate because I don't do it that way. Anyways. Do you remember how long you've been streaming? I mean, I guess so. But the thing is that I only started VTubing, I believe, I only started doing 2D, I believe, in 2023. I believe about 2023. So it would be inaccurate. Hey Art, guess what? Chicken butt. Or is it D's nuts? Oh my god! You got VIP? What the heck? How do I give you VIP? I literally have no idea. You give me that diamond? Oh my gosh. What does VIP really give you, honestly? Jose, how do I give a VIP? I literally have no idea. I always have to go through, like, I always feel like I have to go through other means. Do /VIP and then the username. Absolutely nothing. It's just a badge. I actually do need to give VIP to some of my friends. So, / oh, okay. Oh, no. There. You have been given it. Enjoy your VIP status. It does nothing except give you a cool badge. You are blessed with the diamond. Be cool. Now I need 25 more. Anyway, I gotta get some sleep before work. Have a good stream, Art. Yes, go and sleep. Go take care of yourself. And I hope you have a good day at work and when you wake up. Go. Be free. I will become a marketable plushie again. Wait, have you already done marketable plushie? I will say this much. If people have already done marketable plushies, I'm gonna probably start putting people on a list. Not from you? Oh, okay. I need to start, like, adding can't turn into marketable plushies because they've already done it, you know? But I feel like, you know, once you already do it, like, there's no real incentive to do it again. I like to say that the marketable plushies is like, yeah, you can turn yourself into a plushie that can be thrown at me. You can literally throw yourselves at me. Like that. Like that. It's precisely like that. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I'm gonna be finishing up on this. Oh my gosh, Jose, if Calm comes in, we can be like, Calm, look, see? I work on it. I do good work. Only reason someone would do it again is if they had a redesign. I would say if they do have a redesign, all I'm gonna do is if they want it updated, they can ask. They don't have to spend points to do that. Especially if I already have, like, the art. But I would say, like, if it's like a really big change, then it's like, because it's like, you know, then I would just remove the old one if you didn't want it there anymore. Da 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 da. What was I gonna do? Yeah, I was gonna zoom out a little bit more. But yeah. This is my D&D group we're playing Waterdeep Dragon Heist right now, which I've actually played Waterdeep Dragon Heist before, but now Jose is being the DM for us for Waterdeep Dragon Heist, and we have a much bigger group, so I don't remember all the names, okay? The only one I remember is myself. This is my character here. And then we have River, Liam, if I'm correct, Jose. I forget. I don't know who. I forget his name. And Falmanar, right? I do believe that was it. I like how I just completely forget the barbarian's name. I feel like that's fitting. I just Meat Shield. I have a D&D character. Nice. I have like, I'm trying to remember how many D&D. I have 4. No, 5. I have 5. Wait, do I have 5? 1 campaign, 2 campaign. That character died, so I had to get another one. So that's 3. Another campaign, so that was 4. Yeah, 5. I feel like this is a trap. I feel like that's a trap, Matt. I have a sneaking suspicion that's a trap. I just have a suspicion. I don't know why, but I just do. I have a sneaking suspicion. Sneaking suspicion that it's a trap. Cause you can't have watcha. What you doing? What you got there? What are those? Oh my gosh, I had a D&D character that was literally named Low Key, but I literally named him Low, and then his last name was Key. And then Jose literally had a character named D, and their last name was Nuts. Like, sometimes you just gotta have a funny character. Actually, I do want to have, okay, I need to put this past you guys. I want to make a D&D character that is an old grandma, that is a ranger, but she's a beekeeper. He's a cleric of both of these. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I want to make a grandma character, I want to make a grandma D&D character, and the grandma is a ranger, but I forget what it is exactly, but she has a horde of bees. So she's a beekeeping grandma, and she's an old lady. Swarm keeper, there we go. So so I want to do a D&D character that's a grandma, that's a ranger, specifically the subclass Swarm Keeper, and she's gonna keep a bunch of bees. And her name is Grandma Bee, and she always talks about people having her sweet honey. She just wants everybody to try her sweet honey. But she says it in such a way that people don't know that it's actually honey that she's talking about. So people just think that she's a little bit of a, you know, interesting old lady. But in reality, she just wants you to have her honey. She just wants you to try her honey. And that's all she cares about. She cares about nothing else except people trying her honey. Maybe one day I shall draw a Grandma Bee. And yes, her name, she introduces herself as Grandma Bee. She's just like, just call me Grandma Bee. Just call me Grandma Bee, honey. Look, it's funny. It's a funny character concept. I thought it was hilarious. I love making like D&D characters that are references to other things, or just to be fun with. Technically, Irene, this character, is a fun character. She's a bard. I scared my party. There are many things I have planned for this bard. I haven't told you the feats, I'll probably get bonked. Nerf? Oh my gosh. What do you mean nerf? It's Nerf or nothing, man. Oh, yeah. But my D&D character, there's currently like a lot of things that is kind of happening in the campaign right now. Like, we're finally getting to the heist portion of the campaign. And when I mean like the heist portion, I mean like literally we just got to the actual heist portion of Waterdeep Dragon Heist. And of course, the first one that we fought was Xanathar. I am so happy because, okay, spoilers if you haven't played Waterdeep Dragon Heist, you have to blow up the base of like Xanathar's base. And in order to do so, you have to place barrel bombs around in strategic locations so everything collapses. Now, my past DM, the first time I played it, we had to actually be strategic about where it had to be placed. So we placed it in certain areas, and then we actually had to physically book it out of the place. So we were literally running as the bombs were slowly being set off. And we just had to hope and pray we actually rolled good, or like got out of there fast enough to be able to get out and not die. Jose ran it differently, where we placed it strategically, and then we just basically walked out. And then we had like a detonator that set it off, and I was like, yeah, that's so much easier. Also, R.I.P. Flutterfoot. Like, second time playing Waterdeep Dragon Heist, and we couldn't save Flutterfoot again. Like, bro, what is? I don't know anybody that's ever saved Flutterfoot in a Waterdeep Dragon Heist campaign. I feel so bad for Flutterfoot. You don't know who Flutterfoot is. He's like a jester character. F in chat for my king. I know. F in chat for Flutterfoot. R.I.P. Flutterfoot, for he only lasted a day. I literally drew a little cartoon of him, and I just said Flutterfoot, and then the date that we played that camp, like that day, and Flutterfoot died. It was literally same day, just Flutterfoot. I need to share it within the Discord for everybody, that because it's so fucking funny. I drew that like 9 o'clock at night. I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna draw this because R.I.P. Flutterfoot. I'm the only person that loves Flutterfoot, apparently. I am a Flutterfoot, like, fanatic. I just love him. He's so stupid. Please go and look up pictures of Flutterfoot. He's so funny. He's just a funny jester guy. That's it. The funny jester, like, NPC guy. He doesn't offer anything, but those are the best NPCs. Is the ones that offer nothing, but are just fun. They're just there to be there, and I love them. Evan chat for the goat of Flutterfoot. There you go. I just only have to draw you, Jose, which is the little DM character. I don't know why he drew you as a little chibi in this. I'm gonna be honest. I think it was just cute. He's my little guy. My little bitty guy. Just love it. Actually, speaking about like D&D stuff, during like
I am George Dimmadome, owner of the Chaos Dale Dimmadome.
Thank you for Flabby.
Thanks for the flies.
George getting his flies. He's got his little snacky and everything. He's ready for Yap sessions. But actually, speaking about D&D and speaking about other things, I went to a event at Universal Studios. It's called FanFest Nights. It's over now. It's been over for a while, but I did go, and they had so it was the first year of them ever doing anything like this. So it was very lacking in some areas, but the food, I will say the food was not lacking too much. They had so for FanFest night, it was basically an event where they had a bunch of themed foods and other experiences around a bunch of different items. So they had Dungeons and Dragons, where you could kind of walk through and interact with actors. And they had a giant Xanathar a giant Xanathar puppet.
It was Halloween Horror Nights, but nerdy.
Yeah, it's like Halloween Horror Nights, but for nerds. Then they had like a lot of food, little themed food. They had Star Trek. So they had Star Trek Next Generation, like kind of walkthrough thing as well, and you got to walk right on the set, exactly where the Grand Captain himself was, Captain Jean-Luc Picard, sat. So you were able to actually walk on the set as well, which was really, really awesome. As a Star Trek Next Generation fan myself, it was pretty cool. And I believe there was some food around that. We did also go down to the studio lot tour. So down at the studio lot tour, it actually took you to the set that they used for Back to the Future, and you were able to walk around the entirety of the square where they were doing all of the scenes for the square. So if you do remember Back to the Future with the big huge town hall, everything, we were able to walk around there right on set. And they also had the DeLorean out, and inside of the DeLorean, who you could take pictures with, was Einstein, and it was an actual dog. They had a dog. They would swap him out every once in a while, and Jose did get a picture with them. I didn't want to wait in line. The line was really long to take a picture, so I was like, yeah, no. I was more interested in like just like walking around and kind of like seeing it. But they played out different events and different scenes that were happening during the entirety of the movie. So basically like little canon things were happening during the entirety of the movie, or not canon things, like all the different like big events. So of course, like, you know, Marty actually finding out that he did go, you know, back to the to 1950, and then him, you know, I forget like what happened exactly, but him meeting his mom, I believe, and then there was like a few other things. And then, of course, the prom scene. We did have a prom scene, and they did actually play, and you could actually dance. It was really cool. The prom, the clock tower scenes, and going back to the future. Yes. Yeah. And at the very end, when it was going back to the future, they had like a big firework on top that would go off that would replicate the lightning. It was really cool. I really enjoyed it. Also, when there weren't like scenes really going on, they did have the actors just kind of walking around, so you could interact with the actual actors. And I think that that was the best event out of all, or like the best little area out of all of them, because there were actual actors walking around and interacting with people, which I think made it a little bit more worth it. Most of the other places didn't really have that, or you're only interacting with the actors within a controlled setting. Meaning like within like in Star Trek Red Alert, you know, when you were going through the walkthrough, that's the only time that you interacted with the actors. Or when you were so there was like no actors like outside of the ride really, or like outside of the attraction kind of like interacting with you or anything like that. I think that that would have been cool. Or over at the D&D area, I feel like if there was like some more interactions happening, I feel like that would have been cool. You know, I don't know, that's kind of like my thing. I will say though, the D&D food slapped. That was good, Jose. That was good food. I still am so upset that we didn't go back and actually order another thing of the fondue and the rations to like mix those together. I think that I still like think about it. I think about that cheesy fondue. It was so damn good. It comes to me in my dreams. Yeah. But the FanFest night was really, really cool. I think like it's great that, you know, Universal wants to do more events and things like that. Cause now I think they're having like a summer movies event, but that's happening like throughout the summer, and I don't think you need to buy special tickets for it. I think you can just go and do it. Which I think is cool. I think that's cool. Cause then it adds like something to do. Because Universal Studios does not have very many things that they do during the summertime. They have more of stuff that they do during the holidays, which is like, they have like the Grinchmas, or I think it's called the Whovelation actually, which is of course based off of the Grinch. The Grinch Stole Christmas. So that's what they have for Christmas. And then for Halloween, of course, they have Horror Nights, but that's only like at night. So normally like during the day, they don't have really very much. So yeah, so that's my personal take. But it was their first time running it. Okay, I will say this much though. They also did have actors for, cause there was like a One Piece actors like meet and greets kind of situation. And bro, Sanji blew up on TikTok. And when we were there, the line to see the Sanji actor was long. Like looking at the other lines, because they had Luffy, they had Zoro, I believe they also had Nami. Did they have Nami, Jose? I think they did. All of them had like very short lines. Like those lines were either not there or very short. And and then the Sanji line, Luffy was solo. Yeah, no, Luffy. Yeah, no, I know. Luffy was like over on his own, but then they had Nami and Zoro. Yeah, and then they had Sanji, but they didn't have. Yeah, no, but they all were solo. Usopp and Sanji. Oh, so Usopp and Sanji were together. Okay, that kind of makes sense for why it was long, but I don't think that it was because of, I don't think it was because of the first guy. I think it was definitely because of Sanji. Because I will say, we were just walking past and the Sanji actor was like acting. Like, bro, that guy like knew they had money, they had bills to pay. That Sanji actor had bills to pay and he was acting his heart out, okay? No, they were in the teams of 2 and Luffy was solo. Ah, I see. Yeah, Luffy had like no line though. That was so sad to me. I literally looked over at the Luffy actor. First off, it was getting dark, so it was cold, and I just felt bad for them because their outfit does not do well with cold. Second off, there was like barely anybody there for Luffy. I felt bad. I felt so bad because the others had such longer lines. Especially Sanji. Like that line was wrapped around. I don't know if you noticed that. That was like a big line. Now I'm gonna be honest, I think it was mostly Sanji. It was mostly because of Sanji. But yeah, it was fun. It was a fun event. I would say, like, you know, would I go back next year if they had it? Probably. I mean, I wouldn't know what they're gonna do for next year. But I hope they, like, change it every single year so it's, like, not the same. Like, it's not the same, like, movie franchises and stuff like that. I hope that they change it around here and there so that there's different stuff every year. Because I think that would be more interesting. But it's interesting that they did have a lot of, like, they had, like, 2 animes. They had One Piece and they had Jujutsu Kaisen. Now, I think the reason being is because they did have collaborations with Jujutsu Kaisen and also One Piece in Universal Studios Japan. So I think that that's why. They paid too much for that Xanathar puppet. Yeah, and only to use it for that one scene. Like, bro, I would have been, if they, like, push that thing around, it would have been so much funner. JJK was an import from 4D Experience from Japan. That makes sense. Yeah, so JJK only had like the 4D Experience. And then One Piece just had like meet and greets. Back to the Future, Star Trek, and D&D had walkthrough experiences, which I think did way better. All of them did have food. I believe that the only one that didn't have food was Star Trek. I don't think Star Trek had any food. I don't think that there was anything Star Trek that, anything that was for Star Trek. I will say though, we did go on some rides. They had food? What did they have? Where was it? The matcha funnel cake and oh man, that makes me hungry. It was in the front of the park. Ah, I see. That's why I don't remember. That's why I don't remember if they had food or not. Next to the Sanrio. It was next to it, right there. Damn, I would have gone in. We should have gotten the funnel cake. I wouldn't have been mad about it. Honestly, I kind of feel like we should have eaten more food. Because we really only ate. We asked, but we were all tired. That's true. We should have skipped Nintendo World's restaurant. I do think that we should have. That dessert though, that dessert was really good. We did go, I haven't been to Universal since it got the Nintendo World. So we did go over there and try the restaurant. The restaurant food there actually isn't too bad for like theme park restaurant food. It was actually pretty decent. But the tiramisu at the, what was it? The mushroom, what was it? Mushroom Cafe? What was it called? I forget. But it's in Nintendo World. That was good. That tiramisu was really, really good. And part of me was starting to think, like, why was there tiramisu? Toadstool Cafe. I knew it was like mushroom. The cake was good too. Okay, so I have something to say. Do you want to know why the cake was good? They forgot to put something in it. This is why I wouldn't have liked the cake. It was supposed to have a strawberry layer. The strawberry layer was missing because I saw a picture of it in somebody else's video, and apparently it's supposed to have a layer of like strawberry, like cream or something like that, and I don't like many strawberry things. No, that was the cake, not the tiramisu. Well, no, I'm talking about the cake. The actual cake. The cake was good too, but the reason is because it's supposed to be a Neapolitan cake with cream and everything. The strawberry syrup was around the No, it's supposed to have tiramisu. No. It's supposed to have a cream in it. It's supposed to be Neapolitan. It was just vanilla and chocolate. They forgot the strawberry. Look it up. It's supposed to have it. It didn't have it because I was like, hey, wait a minute. In that person's video, that cake doesn't look the same as the cake I had. And apparently it's supposed to have it in there. But yeah, the tiramisu was good. I think the only thing that all of us didn't like was the cupcake. The cake was fine, but the icing on it was very bad Walmart store-bought frosting. But I figured out the reason to why it probably tasted really bad, and it's just because they used a lot of food coloring. They used a lot of food coloring, so it makes it taste really bad. But also the frosting was just really, really sugary. And it's weird because like everything else there, I think wasn't that sweet. Except for that. But then again, I feel like the princess cupcake is more for the kids. And to me, as a child, like I probably would have loved that thing. So I think I know why like it works well. But it just probably doesn't work well for adults. It probably only tastes good to kids. And it looks pretty for kids. I literally there was like a little girl that came up and looked at the menu, and they were like, "Mom, I want the princess cupcake. Can you get the princess cupcake? I really want the princess cupcake." So yeah, I think that the cupcake is definitely more for the children. Also, I highly believe that they were totally not gonna give us our order, Jose. So the guy came over to the when we were at the Toadstool Cafe, just gave one person their food, and there was 3 of us that had ordered all together, and they gave one person their food, and it was like spaghetti or whatever. The spaghetti was actually really good. It had a nice kick to it. Very nicely flavored. And it actually had flavor. That's like the other thing. The food actually had flavor. But I fully think that they were not gonna give us the food. But they brought over like one person's food like order, and then they took the thing away, like our little like buzzer thing or whatever that they do to track it, and they took it away, and then they brought out the other like half's food, because there was like 6 of us, so we like separated to 3 and 3, and they brought out one person's order from our group, and then they didn't bring out Jose and I's food, and they just took our little thing and walked away, and we were like, we ordered way more things than this, like. And then another guy came and dropped off the other half's food, and they were like, "Okay, guys, you got all your stuff?" And we were like, no. No, we don't have food. We don't have food. So we had to... So we got our food. So at least we finally got it, which was good. But oh my goodness, that was just... Ugh. Part of me was like almost gonna kind of slightly cry, because I was like, wow, how could they forget my food? How dare they? How dare you forget my food? What do I look like to you? Chopped liver over here? Maybe they just, Jose, maybe they looked at us and were like, yeah, you guys don't need to eat. Yeah. I mean, again, it was pretty fun. It's just nice to sometimes, you know, take breaks. And I will say, I'm telling you all this because, like, you know, I feel like with a lot of things in content creation, I know this is just like a weird wraparound. I feel like a lot of people forget to live in the moment sometimes, and it was just a really nice and fun thing to do because I haven't been outside of my house very much. I'm trying to do better. I like want to probably do more things. That's why I'm actually starting to change my schedule a little bit to be that instead of having be Saturday and Sunday, actually having Sundays off and using that day to kind of plan things, because that's normally when my mom is off of work, so we can go and like do things. Usually on Saturday she always has something planned, because my mom go to church on Saturdays. So our need to touch grass, yeah, I'm trying to touch grass a lot more. And I'm not saying that as a joke. I'm literally not joking there. I've been trying to do a lot more walking and doing more exercising because I want to build up more strength in my back, because, you know, I do have bad posture, I will say, when I sit. So it's I think that's really no surprise that I do have bad posture. But I am trying to be better with it, and I'm also trying to do more exercises and walk. And when I go on walks, I'm trying to not look at my phone. I'm trying to like disconnect more. So I don't have earbuds or headphones really anymore to distract me, and just kind of like, and sometimes, you know, like I do have like pretty good ideas and I think a little bit, but it gives me just some time and space just to kind of allow myself to just be being. I don't know where I was like trying to go with that. But to just like be, and like be with myself, and just, you know, have a little bit of time to myself, right? And I think that's just like a good thing to do. I also was going to go, there's like a park that's not too far from me that I do want to try and walk to. However, it is still like a bit of a walk, because I believe it's like a few blocks. So I know I say that it's close, but it's more like maybe takes me 30 minutes, maybe a little less than 30 minutes. Depends, because if I'm walking my dog, like, it's gonna take really long for me to walk over there and then walk back home. But I was thinking of like making like little picnics for myself and just taking myself out for a picnic, you know? And of course bringing Leia, you know, my little itty bitty munchkin doggo, with me, because I think that that's nice. You know, she gets to go outside and walk and walk, and I get to enjoy, you know, just some time to myself, and maybe I'll bring my sketchbook and stuff. But unfortunately, it's getting too hot now, so I can't really do that. But on days if I am free, I'm going to do that more. So, and I want to just like take some time to myself a lot more. One, to make sure that I don't end up in like burnout and stuff like that, but also because I just don't think I allow myself to be with myself most of the time. and just kind of just look at life, you know? So, actually, you know what I used to do on Sundays? I used to take my dog to the dog park on Sundays. But the thing is that my dog is very skittish of other dogs, so we stopped doing that because she's just too skittish. So, yeah. Sad pupperinos. It's not that she doesn't like other doggos, it's just that she can be a little bit more skittish towards other dogs that are a little bit bigger than her. When they're about the same size or smaller than her, she's pretty much fine and she'll try and actually play with them. But for the most part, she's very, very skittish towards other dogs. Especially if they're too excited. She doesn't like dogs that are... She's very picky. She's very picky. She's like, I don't like dogs that are way too excited. But I also don't like dogs that are bigger than me. Because she used to get run over a lot at dog parks. So we just like kind of decided that she wouldn't go because she was getting like really stressed out by going. And I was like, I don't want to put her through that stress anymore. So I decided on not going anymore. Sometimes you just gotta look at how your dog acts, and if they don't want to be there, like, don't force them to. Also, I will say a lot of people at the dog parks just normally just don't train their dogs. They just don't. I will say if I did go again, I would go like very early in the morning because that's when like the least amount of dogs are there, right? Because not a lot of people are there in the morning. And when I mean like morning, I remember going there at like 6 o'clock in the morning. Like, it was pretty early. And you might be like, why would you go there so early? It's because there weren't many people and it was like the summertime, so it does get hot pretty fast here. So you would want to go earlier to be in that like, so it'd be nice and cool and stuff. So yeah. Maybe I should go like in the mornings on weekdays. Maybe I should pick a weekday to go there. Might not be too hot. But yeah. I think a lot of people sometimes are like so focused on everything else that they don't just take time for themselves. So I'm trying to do better by that. Do I follow it all the time? No. But I am trying my best. And I think that's what's more important. More than anything. And I know a lot of people say like, well, if you say that you're trying to do it, that's it doesn't mean that you will do it. You have to like, I've heard people say like, no, you have to say like you will do it because then you're gonna do it. And I'm like, well, that's kind of one way of thinking. To me, it's like, I am trying to do this, so that therefore I will do it. You know? That might sound a bit weird, but that's how I look at it. Oh, no. I'm trying to do this. Hold on a minute. There we go. I hate this. Stop it. Huh? Okay, I don't know in what world that these two are the same color. What? There we go. It's like, wait a minute. It's like, in what world is that the same color? I think it's over here.
A devotee is checking in. To ensure check-in is complete, please give me your credit card.
Just was fixing a little bit of some spaces here and there. There we go.
My art lord of bottoms, I have found the animal that fits you more.
What do you mean animal?
Oh, yes, Daddy.
What do you mean animal that fits me more? What? I am confused. What do you mean animal that fits me more? Should I be worried? Should I be worried?
This is the animal that I think when I think of you, Tito. I associate people to animals.
Ah, I see. Wait, then what do you think of me? Poodoo. What's a poodoo? What is a poodoo? Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Oh my god. It has a little blip. It has a little blip. Hold on. Hold on a minute. Hold on. That's what I look. That's what you think of me. That's what you think of me. That is the animal that you think of when you think of me. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, I love the poodle. Okay, I love it. Is there a VTuber that's a poodle? I must know this. I must follow them. In fact, there was a sighting of an albino. An albino one! Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I love cute animals. I love me cute animals. Love them. Hold on. That is so adorable. I love them so much. Okay. Now I gotta figure out what I kind of want to do here with these. They're very, very shy. They use the same way. Oh, they live around 8 to 10 years in nature and 25 in captivity. Aww, they have such short lives. But super cute. It's very slippery. He only has been seen 2 or 3 times. And when they see that you see them, they run in a zigzag. Oh my gosh. Hey, they do the zigzag method. That's the best method to get away, you know? And they only weigh 10 kilograms. Oh, they're so tiny. They're so small. I could just pick them up. Oh, so big, cute little babies. Cute little babies. That's what they are. I should make like a collection of cute animals that I love. Cute new little animals that I know. I'm trying to like think about like how I kind of want background and stuff to be.
Tito, associate people to 3 animals. One of yours is the Pudu.
Aw, one is that? What's the other one then? Thought my Pupperinos was... You want to know the other 2? Yeah, of course I do. I want to know what other cute animals... You know, that is a question I should think of. Because everyone's like, you know, oh, you look like this VTuber, you look like that VTuber. No, what animal do I look like? What animal reminds you of me? Maybe I should do that. Be like, hey, VTubers, put your PNGs below, and I'll tell you what animal you look like. And if you're an animal VTuber, I'm gonna make sure that I give them anything but what they actually are. So if they put it's like a dog VTuber, I'm literally gonna put a cat. Like I'm gonna purposely put something else that's just funnier. Or like some other, like a fox or something. Like something that is like almost canine but isn't a canine. Oh, I don't think that my computer really likes this brush being big.
The other two animal I associate with you is the bird of terror and the Terizino.
Wait, the bird? The bird of terror? Oh my god. Wait, what do you mean a terror bird? I feel like I've heard of this bird before. Hold on, I need to look this up. Bird of terror. Ooh, no. Oh my gosh. You mean the terror bird? And was it the terror is... I'm not getting Terrazino. I'm getting Therazino, which is the wait, is this the freaking like dinosaur? Why are both of them dead? They're like dead animals. But yeah, I can understand the terror bird. You know what? That thing's a little bit frightening. But really? A terror bird? Yep, those two. Okay. Okay, the Therizino is actually a dinosaur I've talked about before. You want to know my animals? I feel like I know. I feel like I know. I don't know why I get a hamster with you. I get like a little cute hamster or a chinchilla vibes. I don't know why. Don't ask me. It just feels like that, you know? Just kind of feel that way.
My animals are the bush dog, hello boar, blue tuna.
Oh, blue tuna. Okay, bush dog I could understand. Hello boar. Yeah, the hello boar. Yeah. That's a new type of boar? Hell boar. Ah, I see. Blue tuna. I wouldn't have guessed blue tuna. I guess well, you know, you do eat a lot. Is it you that likes the tuna sandwiches? You like always love your tuna sandwich? That is when I don't have tuna. Oh my god. Yep, yeah. So, yeah, I can see the blue tuna then, because you really love tuna sandwiches. I wouldn't say that it's, like, really much your animal, though. Tuna sandwiches with mayo? Always. How do you bind, like, the tuna salad for a tuna sandwich together without using mayo? I feel like that's a crime if you don't. Hellboar is the ancestor of hyenas? Oh, interesting. I like how we're going with, like, extinct animals, too. Anyways. Jose, are you still in the chat? Jose, are you still there in the chat? I don't think that Jose is here anymore. He's disappeared, my guys. The bird of terror is you because a elegant killing machine terrorizing because you slay with anything my bottom queen. Oh my gosh. Oh, by the way, ads are gonna come up in a minute, so I guess for those that, you know, can escape the ads, congratulations. In reality, you are like a poodle because in the moment of danger, you run in a zigzag. You know what? You're so true. I'm a coward. I am a coward and I am proud of it. I am a proud coward. I am that poodle. I look like a terror bird, but act like a poodle. Little horns. Oh, they have little horns too. Oh my gosh, they have little tiny horns. Okay, yeah, I can see why. I can see why you can see that in me now. I understand. I understand everything. I know everything. Is the ads gonna play or not? Doth ads wish to play at this moment or no? I guess they do not wish to play. Maybe they're oh, I will say they are testing out, like, on Twitch, like, the like, the non-invasive ads. Where it just, like, pops up with something instead of, like, actually playing an ad. I did turn that on, by the way, so you don't get, like, ads in your face, but it might, like, just be a pop-up. I don't know. I don't know if they're ads right now or not. Actually, you know what? I can check. Oh, interesting. So I guess when I'm watching myself, it doesn't play the ad because, oh right, because I am, I'm like a tier 3 sub to myself. That makes sense. You know, this gives me an opportunity because I wanted to check who's streaming right now. Okay, interesting. A lot of people are playing Night Ring. Not surprised with that. Okay. Oh, interesting. All right. I'm just like looking at who we can raid. I might try and raid somebody new though. I do want to raid like newer people. Depending on certain things. Oh. Well, you know, I'm never usually live when they are. Maybe we might raid them. If they're still live when we're done. That's the one thing. Are people live once I'm done? That is always like a true question that I have a lot of times when I am raiding people. Because I don't want to just like raid somebody. Oh my gosh. I don't want to just like raid somebody when I don't know if they're live or not. But good news. Finally finished this. Oh my gosh, it's been a year. It has been a year. Cause I think this file was made in like 2024. Oh my gosh, I was recording a time lapse with this too. I completely forgot that there was a time lapse with this. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna see how that looks probably later. Hello everyone and welcome back from the ads. I just like quickly looked to see who we could probably raid later. We're still going to be going for maybe a little while longer.
Fun fact: the method of hunt of the terror bird was in pursuit of its prey. It used the tip of its beak, and he struck a blow like an axe blow, or it is believed that it was to finish with a blow to the skull.
Yes, I do know that. It's like one thing I kind of know. Which is kind of interesting. Like, I think that that's kind of interesting for it. Because it does have this, like, big giant beak on it. I believe that the only ancestor right now that we have of the terror bird, if I remember, I know that there's a lot of big giant birds that are still relatives of the terror birds, but I think the only ones that kind of...
And like you stomp us with your rear raw power.
Yes. Gotta stomp you with my big dumpy. Oh wait, you know what? I don't think it's done yet. It's not done yet.
I am rehearing Hades Town. Very good musical, but always remember, art for me, you are always my bald master.
Oh my gosh, Hades Town. I'm
sure it's not that noticeable.
Excuse me. No. No. Why? No.
All right.
No.
All right.
Why? Why do you guys do this, huh? I'll never understand you guys. Actually, speaking about Hades Town, I do want to do a stream of listening to Epic the Musical. Would you guys be interested in my live reaction to Epic the Musical? You are the real menace with your caterpillar solar beam. Oh my gosh. Why do you all do this to me? What have I done to you to deserve this?
My madam, I am a first-generation Winnian of Epic the Musical, so yes.
That means yes, you would like my live reaction to Epic the Musical. Yeah, I'm not too surprised on that at all. I should never be that surprised. I don't know when we'll do it. But I do want to do it at some point.
I also know other project inspired by Epic, like Stories of Styx.
Yes, I have heard Story of Styx. There's another one that's coming. I think there's another one being made. I know that Jorge did say that he wanted to make one about the Iliad, but he wants to work on some other projects before he does that, which I think is good. I think that that's very good for him. I know, of course, like, I do want to also do, have us listen to Hades Town. Save. Thank you for the save. I do want us to also listen to Hades Town as well. That one we might, like, listen in the Discord, because that could be copyrighted. See, the problem is I don't know if we can react to horror to
I also have to say I have two sides in terms of Epic the Musical.
Oh, I will say this much. One thing I hate about Epic the Musical. A lot of people do not understand Calypso at all. Like, I don't think that they realize that the entirety of Epic the entirety of the Odyssey is literally the gods are bad. Like, literally all the villains in the story aren't really the villains that you think they are. It's literally all of the it's literally all of the gods. Because the gods actually do nothing. The only god that interacts with him is Hermes. But no, all the other gods don't do anything. They do nothing. They just sit there and just let him go through the suffering that he has. Also, I didn't know this, but apparently I'm gonna read it. I have to read the Odyssey, but Poseidon never shows up. That was a choice that Jorge made to make like Poseidon just be like a really big villain. And honestly, I was like, why would Poseidon like even show up in the first place? Like, I know he's mad, but like, you have to make a god really, really, really mad to show up. Like, super mad, like giga mad. Him not killing
Not really
Cyclops.
the history I based of actions and reactions, because Zeus in the book say that mortals tend to blame him for their suffering, and he say that is the consequence of their actions.
Yeah. But it's more of like, you know, when the gods do something, people will blame the gods, but then when the gods do nothing, people will blame the gods. So it's like a give and take, you know. As a god myself, I can understand that. I mean, a lot of people say that chaos is something evil or bad, and I'm like, no. Chaos can be good and chaos can be bad. It has two sides to the coin. Particularly, my full entire like name as a goddess is actually Art, the great goddess of creation. And there are actually, you know, in my debut, I said it's called the guide to the chaos in this dimension, because there's multiple dimensions and there's different chaoses in different dimensions. I am that dimension of creation. So I am so technically among
That's why, in my opinion, their raw instincts is because they are being of thousands of years, because they are not in charge of mortal, they only let them exist is very mercy.
Yeah. Technically, in my lore, I did have a hand in making mortals. Not extremely, though. I just gave other people the ability to make mortal beings. But technically, mortals are embodiments of both that of chaos and order. Chaos is the natural form of everything. It's like, you know how a lot of people say, like, the energy of the world? Yeah, that's chaos. Order just puts it into organizations. So that's like, you know, fire, water, earth, air, soul. Like that's what order does. If you think about it in a way, chaos is like the energy of the world. Order is like magic. It's like an understanding of it or knowledge of it that then you can craft things and make things from it, right? Or like alchemy, I think is a better idea. So that's kind of like how it's set up.
Tito have a secret. A Tito was an Egyptian god. I am not god of the night. Tito have infiltrated many places as names the wind, as many titles and names as ways to die.
Ah, interesting. Yeah. But that's kind of like how I have like lore and stuff set up. Actually, there is a VTuber I do want to collab with, because I think that they are, first off, they're really cool and I like them. And they are very heavily like Greek god inspired. And their lore, because I'm gonna tell you, their lore, their name is Anarchy. It's not spelled like anarchy in the way that you think it is. It's Anna, Arc, and then instead of, I think like and then E with 2 E's. So here, let me spell it. Or you know what? I have like a board up here because I was gonna do other drawing stuff. Here, let me just. and Ark. I don't know how to spell Ark. Oh no, it's Arky. I want to collab with this VTuber. I believe this is how they spell their name. I don't remember. I haven't interacted with them. But they are very Greek and they are very Greek god inspired. But they say that they.
In fact, in my recent lore of Eventos, we the Tito hive mind have decided to recycle the inactive Tito unit generation 1 and 2 and create the new model series of Tito 2.1 to 2.9.
Ah, interesting. No, but thank you for asking. I do think that it's interesting that you have like your own stuff, Tito. But anyways, Anarchy, she is like supposed to be the daughter of, I think she's supposed to be like the daughter of Hephaestus and somebody else. I forget who. Hephaestus and something else, and then like Hecate was also involved. And so she is the goddess of cosplay. Because the IRL, she's a cosplayer, and she does a lot of cosplays. And I think that that's really cool and really interesting, and I really love her design. Her design's really cool. So yeah, go and look her up and check her out. She's really awesome. But I would love to collab with her and just be like, so God to God. We deal with a lot of shit. That's why, even though that I call you, so technically for chat, you guys technically have two names. You guys are my chaotics, but you're also my devotees. Well, George calls you the devotees. Because you're his devotees, but you're my chaotics. And together we shall spread chaos through eternity. Well, technically I'm also eternity, so that's another conversation. But there are many, in my lore there are
Because I was reading a forgotten cult across history and I found a cult that played to a god that was a head of a chicken, his legs are two serpents, and he has a car with 4 horses, and the true name was forgotten, but the name the historians have found is Atraxas or something similar.
Oh, interesting. I believed we're the little buttock. No, I'm not gonna call you that. Funny enough, Jose was like, you could shorten the name of the little chaotics or chaotics to ticks. And I was like, ticks imply that you guys tick me off, or that you're just like bugs and stuff. And I'm like, I'm not really the bug. Actually, order is the bug. Like, I'm like, no, we're not doing ticks. And it's like, but it works. So I was like, no, we're not doing that. That's funny. But no, you guys don't tick me off or irritate me. But we tick you off. Oh, not that badly. I'm still here. I still love you guys. Jeez. But hey, if you want me to, we can just call you guys the ticks. Yeah, but no, I just don't think it works, because I'm like more supposed to be like a monstrous like sort of thing, and I'm not like an insect monster, you know? I'm more mammal-ish oriented. Funny enough, how I draw order is very insect-like, which is why I call order a bug. By the way, order is not based off of my IRL brother. I do have an IRL brother, but order is more of part of my lore than him actually being my actual brother, you know? Leave me, dark mage. You're the Titus of the dark arts. But mammals have ticks. God damn it! You know what? You make a good argument, Tito. You make a good argument. Mammals do have ticks. Damn it. I guess you guys are the ticks on my back. I guess so. Or on my butt. How do we want to do? No, you're not on my butt. No, we're not going to put you on my butt. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna stop talking now. I'm just gonna... I must be stopped. There we go. I was like, I feel like that needs to pop up more. Yay! I finished! Now my party can't be mad at me anymore for not drawing them. You say that name make me remember a weekend that was crazy. What the heck? Okay, I haven't done that before. I talk like as if I've done a bunch of stuff beforehand. No.
You can say we are your ticks, and we try to reach your dump, but we are not enough smart, and we are your hair and make you go bald.
Oh my gosh, it's like you guys are the... Oh my gosh, no, no. Funny enough, I was actually gonna change my name to be Art Chaotix as well. But then I was like, nah, Art Creates is still fine because I'm just creating chaos or other things. Because, okay, I'm gonna tell you this much. In lore, there's a bunch of different forms of chaos, right? So I'm explaining how I'm gonna have many different models probably in the future, and each one is just chaos from another dimension. That's just popping in. That's how the models are gonna be explained. So the models themselves are, you know, whatever, but it's more of like the lore behind it is like, oh yeah, it's a chaos from this dimension. So art creates this, right? So right now I'm like art creates in the sort of like sense of like I create
Fun
creations.
fact: to change a conversation in the poses language you have to jump to change adjectives and words. You do hands poses.
Oh my goodness. So it's like a mixture of language and like I'm trying to remember. And sign language. There we go. I was like trying to remember, and all I was thinking of was ASL, and I'm like, okay, but what does ASL stand for? My mind was like, ASL. No. What does ASL stand for? American Sign Language. And I'm like, okay, sign language. That's the word I'm looking for. It takes me a bit, but I get there eventually. There you go. Yay. I finally have this done. Finally. It's been too long. It's been too long for me to work on this. But that's how sometimes it has to be. Hold on. I'm gonna send it to them. I'm just gonna send it to them right now, just so that they have it. I'm just gonna say,
The race of the Tixksters live in the triangle of the offended. They take the energy called offendis, the more offended the more pure energy, and they serve the demigods Karanis. Thus race I created was based on Twitter. They have 3 planet Musk, offendis, and X.
with a little material and tuna, I can do big Lorias and oh my gosh. Okay, they saw it. They saw it. Hooray. It's finally done after all of this time. The name was a planet of chrysalis. Ah, I see. They said, oh wow.
I'm sure it's not that noticeable.
Why?
All right.
Can I just have my hair for some moments? Can I just have some moments where I'm able to have my hair just for like a good amount of time, please? But yippee! Finally finished that artwork that I've literally been working on for like so long. I'm curious.
Believe me, Artito, we are not the most powerful, but we are old as fuck.
But we want your real hair with your grape wig. Oh my god. No. No. Why? Why you be like this? Why are you guys like this? Also, you're related to Dionysus because you are big grape. I am not related to Dionysus. I'm not related to any form of gods. Well, okay, technically yes and no. Alright, let me explain really quickly. So, I am the god of chaos. I created all that what you see, feel, or touch, or sense in the universe. I actually am the universe. Like, the universe wouldn't exist without chaos, alright? And then, of course, from it came celestial gods. Then celestial gods eventually, you know, made planets. And then planets eventually, I infused with chaos in order to spawn, material gods. Like, that's how the list goes. So it goes celestial and material. And then, of course, like, there's minor gods under that. So technically, Greek gods are material gods, meaning like they are that of the material or physical world. But other gods that are intangible, like death, life, those kinds of gods, that's under Order's domain, and they kind of just have an overarching thing. So technically, Thanatos is my nephew. Technically, if we want to go into it, Thanatos is my nephew. Many coxes are my failing. Yeah. Yeah, because like how it's kind of how I had it is that there's the void, which is, you know, just there. And then chaos and order came. Chaos made the abyss and also the universe. And order reorganized it to be able to functionally work. So basically, all I do is just sit here and do whatever I want. And then order has to go, damn, how are we gonna make this like actually work? That's why I say I can do whatever I want. And then order has to figure out how to fix it so that I can do it. It's like Order is my manager, you know? Like, I do whatever the hell I want, and then Order just has to figure out how that's supposed to, like, work in the universe. So, that's kind of, like, how I've, like, organized my lore for myself. Funny enough, like... I feel like there's like many other people that do like Void and stuff like that, but I rarely see like people doing like chaos stuff. I think like a lot of people just go into like Eldritch horror being and kind of just like make it obscure or whatever. And I was like, well, I feel like a lot of people do like chaos stuff, but then, you know, they don't really specify. And I'm just like, well, I specify as chaos is not good or bad. It can create as much as it can destroy. So, yeah, there's that. Yeah. Yeah, actually we have that too. Yeah, Chaos also kind of has an understanding that there are multiple, but we don't really have a hive mind. We just understand that others exist. We might be, depending on things, we might get a new one joining us for my birthday. I was originally gonna have it be that some of the models are shapeshifters, but some of them are just like full new things. Technically, the male model is gonna be a different chaos from a different dimension, but they kind of destroyed their dimension. So they don't have a home.
For example, for me you are a little madam that I have to serve, but anyone that to challenge how I put this. Imagine if a bacteria try to hurt you, many enemies they think they are very important.
Yeah, I know, enemies think that they're so important, and then, you know, you just go over and just go squash. That's what I do. Honestly, like, with my big giant monster hands, I can literally just punch people to death. For my character. Not really. Like, that's not good to do. But you know, you gotta fight enemies somehow. Actually, we are playing Monster Hunter on Saturday, and funny enough, the Akuma event, like the Street Fighter event, is happening. So we're gonna play through that event. I will become Akuma. I think that's gonna be really fun. Really fun event.
I don't squash them, they are good fun in the arena. The Falafel Empire is enough powerful as you is a tier 4 civilization.
Oh my gosh, tier 4 civilization right there. That's big. I've never played Civilization in my life. But I do know that 4 sounds like a big number, so I'm gonna assume that that means something massive.
A real Tito only use the most masculine characters: Angif the Spartan Lady and Yuri.
Ah, nice. Anyways, I don't know if I really want to work on this today. I like pulled this up just like thinking that maybe, but I kind of just want to like doodle. Oh, I was gonna do something else, but you know what? I'm gonna say, yeah, I don't want to save it. I had an idea, but then I didn't have an idea, and I didn't know what I was doing anymore. So we're just gonna now doodle. I mean, it is called Yap and Doodle. So I've been doing this like thing. I'm gonna just use a texture brush. Oh. Because I'm kind of just used to doing this with a textured brush anyways. Well, not a textured brush. But, there's like a new, like, kind of technique-ish thing that I've been doing where I'm just, like, making the shape of something. and then not worrying about like any details.
Nope, the tier I use by a comic of astrophysicist according to him a tier 3 civilizations is what we see in comments. A fictitious at tier 4 already is like a godlike, because in that comic we humans are tier 3 against a tier 4 civilization, but when destroy when we discover that race was trying to protect his of a tier 5 civilization.
I have no idea what I'm drawing here, I'm just drawing. And then I actually am gonna make this be like on one layer. I know this seems like really like, no, you shouldn't be making it on one layer. Well, I do this with traditional, so I'm starting to kind of get used to doing it with one layer. Though I can erase. I'll like kind of undo it if I want to.
Yo, give context. To tier 5 civilization is so advanced that Lovecraftian gods are jokes to them. Also I ha eat a lurk I am breaching a zone without signal.
Oh, okay. I just like decided to draw Eevee for some reason. Why? Because I can draw Eevee if I want to. There you go. I drew little Eevee. Why? Because I can. Sometimes I just want to do fun doodles. Fun little drawy doodles. And I like doing little drawy doodles. Because especially like when I can't like figure out what I kind of want to draw, I just like pick up my sketchbook. So I have actually been drawing every single day. I just don't post about it because I'm drawing it in my sketchbook. Maybe one day when I have like a hand cam, I'll do a sketchbook tour and I'll like show you my sketchbook. I have to make sure that I don't do any like sussy drawings in it, or else like it's like oh but I don't. Ooh, you know what I want to draw? So this is trying to remember what it's called. It's a bush buddy. From if anyone hasn't been reading Which Hat Owl's Hair, this is a bush buddy. I freaking love the bush buddies. It's a super easy to draw thing. That's why I'm like just drawing it. I love bush buddies. I haven't actually drawn a bush buddy before, so this is my first time kind of sketching him out. I think he has... I've been like rereading it, so that's why I'm like... no, put nubbies. I forget how their face looks. I think it's just like a circle. No. I'm gonna go look at how their face looks. I forget how what bush buddies look like. I don't remember which volume it's in. Is it this one? Oh yeah, they have such a derpy face. And then little bush buddy, the geese. Little bush buddy, best buddy in the world. Yeah, but they're like little, they're just little fluffy, they're just little fluffy logs. They're so cute. But yeah, that's from which Atiel. Oh my gosh, I can't say the name anymore. But yeah, apparently we're supposed to be getting a anime either in late 2025 or 2026. But yeah, I've been like rereading it recently. That's why I'm like wanted to draw a bush buddy. So cute. Yeah. But this is what I've been doing of like drawing stuff. Especially like when I can't think of like what to draw or anything like that. I just draw something. And I've just been doing these shape ones. And basically I just block out the shape and then I go over it with lines. It works. It's not, you know, the point is not to be perfect. It's just to have fun and just do it. Like, who was it that said it? Like, just do it. Just do it. Yeah, if you do have like a hard time kind of like conceptualizing, like, you know, doing sketch lines and you're like, oh, I can't understand like this body or whatever. Well, instead of like doing that, you could just make like, I use a highlighter. I use just like a stupid like Sharpie highlighter. But you can use like whatever, you know, I'm using like digital, so I'm just like picking a color, but you can pick whatever color you want. You don't have to do blending or anything. The purpose is not to blend. If you want to blend, you can, but you don't have to. Trying to like think of what I want. See, again, the purpose isn't like to really think like too hard on it. But just to kind of have like fun and just kind of draw whatever you want. I'm trying to be good too by not like drawing like but it gives you like much more an understanding of like what shapes you want to go for and like kind of what you want to do. So if you have a character that you're kind of like not understanding like what you want the pose to be, well, this is like a good way to like silhouette it out and block it out, and then you can kind of like, you know, go from there what you kind of want to sketch in, right? Gonna draw like a little order here. Why not? Why not draw the bug? So you guys get a little understanding of him. Try to remember how his hair is. Why am I drawing him so thick? Oh, no, 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 no. There's the bug himself. Yeah, I told you order was a bug. He's literally a bug. He's very heavily bug inspired. Particularly, of course, like butterfly inspired. And then he normally has a bunch of little butterflies around him. And that's all I do. Just make little cute things. I'm gonna be honest, since I like started doing this, I have found it like I've realized that I like drawing a lot of stuff that's a little bit more cute. Like I do like doing like character stuff like this. But I also just like when I'm doing sketches and stuff, I normally like drawing the cuter stuff. I just normally do. You know what? You know what I was thinking of? Hold on. I need to get a picture of them. Oh. Let me get a picture of... I need a picture... There we go. You will all understand in a second. Hold on. Yes, this is Baby No Money. I'm gonna draw a cute little thing of them. Because I kind of have been wanting to draw Baby No Money for a bit. Just, you know, just do a little doodle. What should I... The question is what... You know what? No, I know exactly what pose to put him in. I know exactly what pose to put him in. I don't know why I think of this pose. I think a lot of people understand what this pose is. I have to draw it over here. Hold on. I think people understand. I think most people will understand. I know that a lot of people like Baby No Money's like music, and personally, I think that his music is okay. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, what do you mean his music is okay? I'm not saying it's bad. All I'm saying is, like, sometimes his music is, I will say, like, what, his new one that he has, Boom, I think Boom is really good. I just don't know, like, about the other ones, though. I don't know. It's just, sometimes I really like a musician and I, like, really connect with their music. And other times, you just don't. And that's okay. And I feel like that with Baby No Money. Again, not bad. I don't think that his music is bad. I just think that it maybe doesn't connect with me as much as most other people have been finding his music to connect with them. You know, I just realized it's not that difficult to make a character like make this look like Baby No Money. And I just gotta give him his... Oh my gosh. And then we gotta give him his glasses, of course. I don't know. I don't know why I thought of this pose. I just thought it would be the best pose for him. Oh my gosh. I swear to God, if this summons Baby No Money, I'm gonna just die. This is not a good drawing, but that's not the purpose of it. Why do I want him holding a rose? I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm doing this for fun. There. Perfect. He's ready, boys. Again, this is not hard to really draw him. Oh my gosh. See, I just want to have fun doing little doodles here and there. Or whenever I can. I'm gonna just save this. I'm gonna say... Oh, another ad warning. I'm gonna be honest. I think I'm actually gonna probably thinking about winding down stream and raid on out. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the ads right now, and then I'm gonna go and search for anybody that is live right now. So let me run an ad right now. And while that ad is running, we're gonna be talking about a few things. Well, not maybe talking about too much, but let me just exit out of some of these tabs. We are going to search for whoever is live right now. Oh, cool. The person I wanted to raid, that I hoped was still here and still streaming, is still streaming. Let me double check to make sure that they are going to still be streaming. So yeah. All right. I know who we're rating. I thought that I would take a little bit longer because I thought that they were going to possibly be still not streaming. But they are apparently still streaming. They are playing Night Rain right now, like Elden Ring Night Rain, which is like the co-op one. I don't know if I want to buy Night Rain. I'm gonna be honest. But you know what I am gonna do? I think I'm gonna save these doodles out. Let me just... I usually like watermarking my stuff sometimes. I know that a lot of people probably don't like the watermarks, so I try and make the watermarks as small as possible. And then just... because I want to write, know when I did this. Hi, welcome back everyone. I just want to, say what they were. So then if people didn't know, then it's like, hey, here you go. But I found who we're going to be rating out to. Oh my god. What? Because they are actually still streaming. I just wanted to make sure that they were still streaming. They are playing Night Rain right now, which, I'm playing through Elden Ring. We are going to probably have an Elden Ring stream. So what I might do is switch between playing Monster Hunter and Elden Ring. So we'll kind of switch between them every week. So then I'm not like getting too much. I have been playing Elden Ring here and there. I did play it for a few hours on last week on Sunday, and I might be in the Discord if I'm not like doing anything on Sunday. I might be in the Discord and you can watch me play Elden Ring. Because one, I'm trying to be in the Discord more, and two, I may always need help. I've been doing a lot of grinding in there and trying to just do levels and stuff like that. Trying to level up some stuff more, considering that I am very, very glassy and I can die really, really easily. So if I want to go and face bosses, then I probably got to get some stuff up before I do so. So yeah. But anyways, without any further ado, let me just oh, George. George. Say goodbye to your hat and your flies. It is time to go, George. Sadly, we must leave. Again, honestly, I wish I could stream for a really long time, but mostly once it starts to get around the 2.5, 3 hour mark, I do start getting very, very tired, and I know my limits. But I shall see all of you on Saturday, where we will be playing some Monster Hunter. We are going to be playing the Akuma event, of course, because why wouldn't we be? Of course, it will be open squad lobby, meaning anybody that's part of the squad can join. If you are not part of the squad, I will try and remember to put it in the freaking Discord so you guys can all join, because I keep forgetting to do that. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing. So without any further ado, let me make sure that I have our raid message going. You know, maybe I should like, wonder if I could make it a thing on my little stream deck here to do that. Oh my gosh, yes, that's how you spell raid. There we go. I do think that it is very early on for them to be doing Night Rain, so if you guys haven't played it, well, I hope that he's not going to spoil too much for you. But we are going to be raiding Dino Lion, who is a awesome artist as well. They do art, but they also do a variety of games, and right now they are currently playing through Elden Ring Night Rain. Also, I did see the trailer for Night Rain. Awesome pick. It's so funny that Evanescence has been coming back in such a force. My little child self remembers listening to Bring Me to Life edits so goddamn much. So actually hearing that song again for it was just like, beautiful. 2025 is the Lord of Evanescence, apparently. We all bow to Evanescence. But yeah, we are only doing 2 streams this week, so because I'm working on editing videos and trying to do that sort of stuff, so might be 2 streams a week for a bit until I am able to get some stuff done, and then we'll be doing 3 streams, and streams will be Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So that is our new schedule for the rest of now until I change it again. I don't know. I keep changing it, but I try and tell you guys that I'm changing it. But it will always be at same time. That is one thing that I will keep consistent. Anyways, without any further ado, as I always say, may the stars guide you. Until next time, goodbye everybody. And I completely forgot to grab the raid message, but that's okay.